Title: The Last Night of Blackwood Hotel. The Blackwood Motel sat alone at the edge of the highway, surrounded by pine trees that whispered even when there was no wind. Most drivers never noticed it, and those who did preferred to keep driving. Only the desperate stopped there, and desperation always came with a cost. On a stormy winter night, a young man named Daniel pushed open the motel door, drenched in rain. His car had died 5 miles back, and his phone had no signal. The motel lobby smelled of wet wood and dust. A thin old man behind the counter lifted his head slowly. "Rooms are cheap," he rasped. "But you must not open the curtains after midnight." Daniel laughed nervously, assuming it was just some old superstition, and nodded. Room 9 was cold and smelled faintly of rust. The only light came from a flickering lamp that buzzed like an angry insect. As Daniel dried himself, he noticed scratches along the inside. Of the door frame, deep, grooves as if someone had clawed to get out. At 11:40 p.m., the power went out. Silence filled the room until it felt heavy enough to crush his breathing. Somewhere down the hall, a door slammed. Another followed. Then another. Daniel grabbed the lamp, but without power, it gave no light. The darkness around him felt alive. At 12:03 a.m., the curtains began to tremble even though the windows were shut. Something pressed against the glass from the outside. Slow, deliberate, and heavy. Daniel's pulse pounded in his throat. The old man's warning echoed in his mind. "Do not open the curtains after midnight." Then came the knocking. 3 slow knocks on the window. The sound of nails dragged across glass. A child's voice whispered, "Let me in." "It's cold." Daniel stepped back, heart hammering. The whisper grew louder, now coming from inside the walls. "Let me in. Let me in." The entire motel seemed to chant it. The floor vibrated as unseen feet shuffled in the hallway. A sudden scream tore through room 7, then silence. Unable to bear it, Daniel threw himself into the bathroom and locked the door. Seconds later, the bathroom light flickered on by itself. In the mirror, behind his reflection, stood a dozen pale silhouettes, faces stitched with long black threads, eyes hollow and dripping. They moved without walking, sliding closer. Daniel didn't remember opening his mouth. But a voice came out, not his own. "I'm checking out." At sunrise, the power returned. The old man at the counter sighed as room 9's key slid by itself onto the desk. Another guest had joined the motel. Outside, drivers passed. The Blackwood Motel without, noticing the pale figure now standing quietly behind. Room 9's curtain, waiting for night to fall again.